the main camera. There, that's a little bit better. Okay, we're gonna be playing some Chain today. I also this is the cosplay for any of you who are wondering. The incredibly low effort cosplay, I feel like, but funny nonetheless. All right, we're gonna be playing some Chain. I've not played a ton of Chain before ever, so this is gonna be a little bit of an experimental foray, I guess, into Rune. I don't think I actually play a ton of Runeblade just in general. So this will be fun. This list, I think I kind of hodgepodged it from a bunch of other Chain lists, I thought. Where Fish Woman at? The Marlin arc is finally over. I've got some stuff planned for Marlin next week. I think Monday's video is probably going to be Marlin stuff. But I have been enjoying Silver Age a lot more than CC, so I don't know. Marlin in Silver Age is like pretty bad, though. I don't know. We'll probably play some Marlin though Monday though if you want to come back for that. But yeah, anyways, I want to play some Chain today. This is a list I basically stole from a bunch of other lists online, so we'll see how it goes. I can't really speak too strongly for any of the cards here. I think like obviously the best cards are like Read the Runes and like Shrill Skullform, and then you're just playing all the Chain kind of good stuff with like Spellblade Assault, Soul Reaping. Nothing too unique about this list. I think there are some very spicy Chain lists like that are going around, but like I think this is just kind of like a standard Chain list for the most part. So yeah, we're gonna play it. I think this deck is like okay in LL, or like the hero is okay in LL, but like I feel like he's a little bit more fringe than like a lot of other decks. I don't know. I still don't think he's like a best deck, or like he's maybe like top 10. I think that's at least where I put him. But anyways, we're gonna play some games today and see how it goes. But yeah, like I have some ideas for Marlin that I'm still working on. Like I have a CC. I actually can probably share that. I've been tweaking Taylor's list from Worlds, actually. I think there are only 2 Marlins at Worlds, which is also kind of wild. But yeah, I've been tweaking the Marlin deck for Worlds a little bit. So I think I'm trying out the new toxicity thing, and then also cutting down on the blood rots on top of it. So we'll see how that goes. All right, playing against Azalea, we want to go first. And let's just bring in all the DX, basically. I think something like this is probably fine enough. I feel like this matchup is, like, pretty rough, at least it seems like, especially if they go first. Yeah, well, let's see how it goes today. All right, decent start. A little bit awkward, though. Definitely clicking the Chain button. I kind of want to just like Arsenal the Shrill for next turn, and then just play like Rune Rager, pitch the Malefic to Spellblade Assault, because we're effectively getting like the 2 runes out of that anyways. It seems fine. Marlin arc is definitely not over though. I think Marlin is still like my favorite CC deck by a long shot. Let's go ahead and just set up some runes for next turn. Yeah, but welcome in everyone in chat. How's everyone doing? Arsenal that Shrill. Okay. Actually, probably pop Ebonfold next turn and just banish the Deathly Will here. Exciting. Marlin has a lot of swag. I'm gonna put her together because I can't keep grinding armories on Verdance. True. I feel like Marlin's a lot more fun than Verdance, at least in my opinion. Alright, so we're gonna get hit with a hamstring shot. I almost want to just like block a little bit just to preserve some life. We're gonna try to at least block a little bit more on the hamstring shot in case they have like some disruption or whatever. I'm sleeving up Chain for Sage Armory. Let me know how that goes, Lupine. I'm curious. We still need to practice at some point. I gotta see what the Chain you all have is doing. I think it's good, but we'll see. All right, sedation shot. Late. Okay, we're getting hit with the rainbow disease. How many root chance do you give when I leave the arena? I don't think does Arcane Cussing actually come in other colors?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm probably like a blue cussing. I don't give that many rune chants. I feel like, you know, it's a funny thing. I think someone's already done this joke before. Like, I know that there has to have been like one runeplay player who's already made this joke.
Well, there was that cosplayer who like had a table and like,
Yeah,
a model of it, and then put their head in, and then what you're doing is
way more
not
low
even
effort.
half of the effort.
Yeah, it's like 0.5% of the effort. All right, so we want to rune hold release. This matchup seems like really bad.
You should open up the instant
Yeah.
and lower the camera because the
Oh.
bottom part of your face.
Like that? Should do like that? A little bit better?
Yeah, probably will.
Okay.
I heard the delay on the stream, so.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so we can now. Oh, we hit a bounding. Pretty nice. I don't know. This matchup still feels really suspect. At least with like this kind of variant of the deck. Let's go ahead. So we have the Sut Cliffs as well. Oh, we also made an additional 3 rune chance from the hit. Pretty sick. Let's chain. Play the bounding, or we could just like swing sword.
Oh, yeah, you can use bodice to clear.
Oh shit, you're right. That's actually, is that good?
I don't know.
Probably fine, right? Well, no, actually, the problem is, hold on. The problem is I think I'm paying into the Blood Rot anyways, right? I think I'm paying into the Blood Rot. I guess I don't need to do this, like, right now. I mean, I'm doing a lot of damage, at least, which is funny. I think I can also give this go again, swing sword. This deck is cool. I think this is, like, it's chained, so it's like kind of broken, but like I think this is probably like the most fun room blade. All right, so we can Sut Cliffs and threaten another 3 and force a card out of hand. Is that worth? Might just be worth. I'd rather put Azalea on like a 2-card crap hand. I did forget about the frailty, but I think it doesn't matter because we're still putting them to 1. Ooh, red toxicity is spicy. I've seen a lot more red tox actually in Azalea lists. They don't mind as a era player first and foremost. All right, coming in for 7. I think we can just breathe on them and kill them, right? Let's take 4. I actually did not think we were gonna get this game. This matchup feels like very, very suspect to me. All right, banish 2 to your X, that's fine. We can use this to make another rune chant if we want, but I don't think that's worth it. Maybe we're just gonna like swing blade. So we do 2. Unless they have like some blue in hand, they can't really block this super well. To be fair, the Azalea deck is pretty suspect. It's not that, like, the toxicity is like, toxicity, the yellow, read the glide path, and the sedation shot, I think, are a little bit weird. Oh, I did forget. Do they? Oh, yeah, they popped their AB. Okay, so we just killed them there. My bad. Yeah, the sedation shot seems a little bit weird, but I've seen, like, weirder Azalea decks in this one. Actually, let's see. What else were they running? Running, like, Ridge. For the most part, it looks like fine. Yeah, sedation's, like, a little bit. So, I don't know about that one. This deck is fun, though. I was like goldfishing yesterday to try to find like a decent chain list, and I kind of landed on something like that. I think Tegan also made a separate version of it. Tegan, if you have that one, you should send that to me.
I do. I did also. Well, let me double check.
All right, go first. Give them the good luck, have fun. I think they'll probably want the reduces. Sigil seems kind of whatever. Maybe run the Rune Bloods. See how that works out for us. The one thing, the one also kind of cool part about this deck is Chrono Dichotomy. You can actually just run this to like set up like a really cool hand on the next turn if you put like a Read the Runes and then like another action on top.
I sent it to you. It's called Chain Copy.
Chain copy.
Chain copy. Because I copied your list and changed cards.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough.
Chain the cards.
Change the cards. Alright. What are we doing here? I think we're just arsenaling that. I guess I can also, like, Reaping Blade set up a little bit here. I feel like this deck is, like, semi-real. I don't know how, like, I'm still biased as a Terra player, and I feel like this matchup's, like, not that bad from the Terra side. Like, it can get out of control depending on, like, the banishes and stuff, but, like, overall, I don't think it's, like, that bad. Yeah, but this deck, like, seems pretty okay, at least into a lot of, like, the better decks right now. I think, like, the biggest struggle is, like, aggro decks, if you're going second, feels a little bit suspect. Ooh, they're playing the new beat chest cards. Interesting. Oh, and the cask as well. Whenever you beat chest, you may pay red and destroy this if you do draw a card. The beat chest is a Rhinar trigger. Okay, well, we're not blocking much anyway, so I guess it doesn't really. The only awkward thing is that resources are a little bit light. Triple and Tim is scary. Bear Swing. When this attacks, if you beat in chest this turn, and you don't control a chest equipment, this gets +2. Oh, interesting. Oh yeah, I do remember this card. Okay. We're gonna be taking a lot of damage here. Seems good. Alright, hopefully we can get them on the back foot here so they don't have, like, more hymns. We'll see. You have, like, an okay hand next turn. Let those resolve. Banished a Spellblade Assault. I'm worried about, like, dying before we can even do anything, though. I guess let's, like, Ebonfold. Can Bodice the Soul Shackle. I kind of actually like this. Bodice the Soul Shackle. Gain a resource. Ebonfold. Try to draw, like, a pitch card. Or drew a Deathly Wheel, which is not great. So we can then Malefic. Then Rune Rager's Swarm. This will make 2 rune champs, which then we can use on the Deathly Whale, and then we can chain the Deathly Whale. I think this works. A little bit of weird sequencing here, but that's, like, I guess, kind of the fun of the deck. All right, and then we close chain. No, okay, we did make 3. We can also pitch. We actually didn't. Hold on. We actually don't need to crack the arms if we don't do. Let me see if I can actually. Okay, cool. So instead of cracking the arms, maybe we're actually supposed to pitch the Deathly Whale, because then we can just envelop. And then we chain this. And just send the Deathly Whale. I think this makes sense. Sending some pretty good damage here, at least. And then we'll make a rune chant on the back. It seems like their hand's maybe not as good as their opener hand. Taking a bit of damage. The nice thing is they're not blocking out the rune chant, at least. Actually, in this case, I might actually want to Arsenal the Swarm for next turn, because it's an easy way to turn our Malefics. So I think I'm actually supposed to just Arsenal this and pass back. The one awkward thing is that we did lose a Shackle, so we're losing a bit of value from that. And coming in with the club. This other Rune Blend incantation is actually super awkward. So we can Malefic, Drill, go again, Rune Rager, pitch this? I think that makes sense. And then we can just pitch this to the Reaping Blade. Because I feel like it's a little bit too late to develop that out. Alright, so we let these resolve. Alright, Envelop gets banished. Fine. So we start the Malefic. How much damage is this? It's 2 here, 3. Make another 3, so that's 8. And then we Shrill, pitch this. Should at least force some number of cards out of hand, if I'm not wrong. Counting is for blockers. We'll let them count. What do y'all think about the new Kalashar animations? Can't tell if I like them or not. I think they're like kind of cool though. All right, so now we chain. Give this go again. We're sending another 10 here and then another +3. If they actually go to 1 here, the Runehold release, we might just send that for damage. Doesn't seem like that bad. We didn't get any random chain banishes, but we're still just sending good Runeblade numbers. Hi Aurora, how's Chane feeling in Sage compared to Terra? Or is the latter Tegan's deck of choice in terms of the Talishar? Oh. Oh, you like the Talishar UI. Cool. I think I'm actually going to pop the Runehold release because it forces another card out of hand here. If we can get them off another card, I think that's worth it. But yeah, so Chain is interesting. I have not played a ton of this deck, like as much as I've played of Terra, I think. Let me actually go to my Terra list. My Terra list, let's see. At least my public one. I have played how many games? Let's see. My public Terra list, I've played 150 games roughly, sitting at like an 80% win rate. So I've not played as much of this deck as I have of... Oh, they can pop this as an instant? Whoa, that's crazy. I kind of am fine with that trade, but I guess they might still like Intimidate kill me. Yeah, the Romping Club might be a little bit rough here, depending. I can actually pay another 1 here. Is that worth it? Anyway, we forced the Barkbone Strapping, which is at least nice. I think we should still be able to block here. Coming in for 10. Alright, so we need to give the whole hand. Advantage to read the runes, which is actually really good. So I think this is still fine. We go to 2. This deck is scary. Alright, banish a Phantom Wraith, so now we chain, read the runes, play the Phantom Wraith, and then that should basically clear their hand. Seems pretty good. If we can get them down to 1 card, I feel like it's going to be pretty hard for them to deal with that. Yeah, they've been doing a lot of really good work on the Talishar UI. Oh, did they? Hold on, they might have messed up their arcane polarity there. Yeah, it's cool though. I think I just need to get like used to the damage proccing. There was like this one change they added where they swapped the they added like the mirrored board. I can't deal. My brain can't deal with this, so I'm gonna change it back. But they added like the kind of like paper feel of it, which is kind of cool. Should basically have it here, so we can. The envelope's a little bit weird, or the envelope. Now I'm saying it the wrong way. So we do that so that we can play the bounding. Bane. Arsenal this, so we want to pitch. I guess it doesn't really matter what we pitch, does it? We just send the bounding. It should force most of their hand again, and then we can Arsenal this. Something like that. W Cosplay, thank you. Yeah, funny. Keating got me this like green screen shirt as like a meme. I don't know if you can see it. Actually, probably
You're not supposed to be able to see it.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be able to see it. I guess that's the whole point, right? But yeah. Chane, try not to be a better Vynnset challenge if possible. Sorry to all the Vynnset fans, but have you seen that level of cheating this man? Yeah, it's incredible cheating. So now we can do this pitch.
I I think yesterday I was like, Vynnset players think that they're Chane.
It's true. They wish they could be Chane. Not everyone can be Chane. I'm holding on to the Bantam Wraith in hand because I want to be able to just have like an attack descent. I think I'm gonna Arsenal to reduce, even though it's still awkward. Okay, this hand probably kills. Okay, so nothing in banish, but that's fine. So we chain, read the runes, play the Bantam from hand. That's still kind of awkward. I mean, eventually we're gonna hit something out of banish, right? We're gonna do something like this. I don't know, play this deck. This deck is too hard. Oh, we still have the set cliffs. Shit, forgot about that. I guess we can still do that Reaping Blade. I probably still get there, maybe. I didn't think about that. I forgot the boots exist, if I'm being honest. This still kills, though, right? No, it still kills because we can just Reaping Blades and the one rune chant. At least I don't think they can live if it's a polarity, I think. Okay, they die. Cool. Alright, no punts. Just good, solid chain fundamentals of drawing a card every turn. Seems pretty good. Alright, let's see what else we got. This deck's like, I don't know. Like, if you look at the meta results on February, actually pull that up. Let's take a look at this the other day. Let's sort by like win rate. Like, it seems like Chane is like pretty down there. Like, he's below, or I don't know, he's below Vynnset, but like still seems like he's like kind of like middle of the pack, like a playable deck, but not like anything crazy. But like I think a lot of that is just like skill issue. All right, we're playing against Yasuhiko.
The deck is hard.
The deck is hard. The deck is very, very hard.
We were practicing it yesterday, and like there was multiple turns where we were like, "Oh, that doesn't work."
Yeah. I think I'm cutting the Mauve in this matchup. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm bringing the polarity because I think it's funny. Let's see. Thoughts on the Rhinar build, by the way. I think the Rhinar build seemed pretty good. I'm not like a Rhinar expert by any means, but it seemed reasonable. All right, let's go ahead and chain. I think I'm just sending the Spellblade Assault here. And then like pitching the Bantam and the Rune Ranger and Arsling Lefic or something like that. I basically just want to take a setup turn here to set up as many rune chants as possible. Let's see how it goes. Who is the better rune blade? That's the question. I've seen Vynnset do some spooky stuff. Like, I feel like Vynnset can run Pummel a lot better than Chane can. At least it feels like it. Let's see how it goes, though. The nice thing is Vynnset can also like damage yourself for a lot of the Runeblade cards, so you get like extra value out of them, which is kind of cool. The only issue with Vynnset is just like you don't get the go again, which is obviously really nice, and then you also don't get like the card draw. Oh, cracking the Ebonfold Hunter. Okay, interesting. Alright, setting up Deathly makes sense. Pretty good. Oh, we found our own polarity, which is kind of nice. Could be good. I think a lot of people also have really bad... Yeah, that's, I think, like, the core issue. Like, I don't even think my chain deck's anything to, like, write home about. Like, I think I've just kind of, like, slapped it together after, like, testing, like, a little bit last night. So, like, I think this chain list is, like, fine. It's like, okay. Like, I made sure it was at least playable, but I'm not, like... I don't think I would classify myself as a chain expert by any stretch of the imagination. Okay, what are we doing here? So we can Malefic. Malefic. Seems pretty good. Hey, that was me on Azalea. Thanks for the game. Was wondering why Sedation Shot is bad. Is it the format's too fast? So it's Sedation Shot is interesting. I don't think it's necessarily bad. It's more so like I think a lot of the better Azalea decks right now are just running like what's they're a lot more like Redline. They're not running very many one costs, and like the one costs they are running are like very efficient. So like I think like a better one cost arrow is generally like Infecting Shot, just because you get like the 1 for 7 value. Sedation is interesting. Like it's definitely good in some matchups. I think like I've had it played against me on Terra a lot. I think that card is like pretty reasonable. I guess that it's more so like, are there better arrows and like other things you can be doing? And I think the answer is probably yes. But I think it's like a reasonable tech choice if you're thinking about decks that are trying to like keep an arsenal very heavily. So like decks that are running like staunches and stuff like that. I think that's when it gets like a little bit better. So I don't think it's like a bad card necessarily. I think it's more so just like meta call, like who are you bringing into? I guess is kind of like the main point. I actually have to look at your Azalea list again. I don't know if I can go that far back, but like, trying to think like what the better Azalea arrows are right now. So it's like Infecting, Dry Fire Shot's pretty good. I see a lot of Azalea lists that are on like Rainbow Bolt and Shot, which I think is pretty normal. I don't know. Maybe there's some Azalea players in chat that can speak a little bit more on it. I just haven't seen a lot of Sedation Shot, I guess. All right, plan here is to try to take as much damage as we can. Okay, the mob is going to make that a little bit more complicated, though. Hamstring. Oh yeah, hamstring seems really good. I actually was pretty impressed by that. Let's actually turn off the AB here. Yeah, the hamstring seem really, really decent. I'm concerned about Hummel here. Oh, Azalea player here? Yeah. Yeah, I really like the hamstring shots. I think I'm actually doing this because I'm suspecting either a pummel or a Nebula Blade swing, and I think we're just like blocking out this turn. The polarity in Arsenal is still a little bit awkward, but I think we should attempt to block out the Mauve. I can also just follow up with the Deathly Whale on the back as well. They're taking a little bit of damage here. Oh, I think they're actually going to go for the Nebula Blade swing after. I guess they don't need. They're not paying for the Deathly Whale, right? Okay, they have another mob here. That's problematic. So we can't. Or no, we can block this. This is only 4. But they will be able to make a rune chant on the back end. So the question is whether or not we want to take the damage now and like Arsenal reduce for next turn. Interesting. Yeah, hamstring is a great call for all the rune blades and the other. Yeah, I think hamstring is actually really, really good. So we take 4, we take another 2 here, they close chain, they make 4 rune chants. We take some number, Arsenal, the arcane polarity, pass. I think we're actually supposed to arcane polarity here instead of blocking this out. Does that make sense? They don't want them to. No, I think we're still supposed to do this. I don't know. I think I talked myself out of it. I realize your face cam is arcane cussing lol, or as I like to call it, arcane fussing. Is that the joke?
No, it's like the F word.
Oh, arcane
The
fucking.
I don't know why I said that.
The F word.
The F word.
I don't know what that is.
Yes.
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 Let's just chain pass. Or I guess we could all. Oh, we do have the bounding demigod. That's a little bit awkward. I think our plan is to just like block out a little bit, set up the soul shackle, and then arcane polarity. It's kind of funny. This is the one time face cam, by the way. I'm not really a Runeblade player. I just thought it would be funny to use the gift that Tegan got me. I feel like I was obligated to. Got some Lefic set up. I kind of want to try to keep, like... Ideally, we get to keep our whole hand here, but I'm not sure if that's going to be realistic. It feels like they're going to pretty easily be able to, like, Sutcliffe swing this or something. Yeah, it seems like maybe that's why they're popping the Garland. Alright, so let's take a little bit of damage here. So now we can Polarity. I guess the question is, what else are we doing? We could also try to block out here and force Vynnset to, like, have another big turn. I think they might be struggling with the connection. Okay. Well, let's cuss it, or let's Polarity now. So they did want the one extra resource, which means we're probably going to have to end up blocking this turn anyway, so maybe, like, Shrill is probably the block. I'm also, like, slightly concerned about Pummel. Yeah, normally Tegan and I call this Arcane Bussin'. I thought that was the, what the kids were calling it. I think this card is, like, also kind of bad. It's, like, fine. I don't know. Not, like, the most impressive card. Yeah, I think let's just take an off turn. We already have, like, enough action points to do pretty much whatever we want this turn. So if they pummel us, we go to take an additional 6, go to 3, discard the Arcane Cussing, and then we, like, ebb and fold that. So I think that's fine. Pummel Vin is, it's scary. Pummel Vin is terrifying. Especially if you're playing, like, a bad deck. Not that bad. It's like, it's a little bit bad. Oh, it seems like they maybe didn't even want to go for it or something. To be honest, I don't see why you can't include the red pummel. I think you can't. I think there probably is, like, a pummel chain that exists. They might need to undo here. One important thing for Talishar enjoyers out there is you can actually, like, double undo now. I think you can undo up to, like, 5 times. If they want to do that, I'm fine with that, but I don't feel like inviting them to chat to do that. We hit it definitely well off the top. That's not bad. All right, so let's ebb and fold the Phantom Wraith. We have plenty of rune chance this turn. I think I just want to draw an extra card, maybe just a pitch or whatever. Polarity is fine. So we deathly will off chain. So I guess we play the cussing out now. They don't have AB, so this is gonna proc. Or play out the arcane bussing. Sorry, that's what the kids are calling it. Okay, so let's crack chain now. We also end up pitching this, which is kind of interesting. I think we kill them here. Because it's we're gonna make 8 rune chance this turn, so I don't think they can live unless they have a polarity of their own. So we start with the Deathly, right? Yeah, start with the Deathly, because that's the most expensive one. I think there is probably, like, a pummel RuneGate chain that exists. I just don't... It's awkward. Because, like, you do have to... Okay, they do have polarity, so they do get to live this turn. Potentially. It just feels like it's, like, a lot of moving parts. But I could see it being, like, real, though. Like, I feel like there is a good chain deck that exists out there. I just don't know what it looks like. Maybe I'm playing good. Maybe I'm playing the good version of chain. So they would need another polarity here, and I think we just got them. Yeah, maybe our hand was just a little bit too good there. Let's take a look at what their Vynnset. So they're the pummel Vynnset. Like, I don't know, it's interesting. I feel like I don't know why, but it feels like Vynnset is like a better version of like the Pummel Runeblade. But maybe you can actually just like put the pummels in chain. Good game. All right, let's try another one. See how it goes. Oh, it's been going well so far though. I don't think the list is like bad. Like it seems pretty playable. All right, playing against another Vynnset. Okay. I think we're just doing the same plan as before, right? Did I board out the mobs? Can't remember. Let's leave the mobs. I think the Rune Blood incantations are maybe too slow for this matchup. Let's try something like this. So let's keep the Evanfold. The Evanfolds actually felt like pretty okay. Oh, we got the Arcane Cussing. Or actually, we might not want to chain yet. Hold on. What was our play this turn? I think we Deathly Will. Could Evanfold the Deathly Will and the Banish and just have that as setup. Let's try that. We'll draw a card, set that up. Polarity is a weird one. So now we can Arcane Cussing. I don't really want to like play this out though. I'm gonna play it out and break it immediately. But that's not very exciting. Go ahead and chain and maybe just like IP. Maybe the Evanfold crack was like a little bit premature there. They're also on AB2, it looks like. Interesting. Could also pitch the Arcane Cussing for later. Maybe just play out a Phantom Banshee. Feels weird. Alright, we get 2 Rune Gates out of them. I think I like Arcane Polarity more as an arsenal because it gives us time to set up. We are going to be at a lower life total, which is also kind of nice. Not finding a ton of our Rune Chant generators, though. I definitely want to see like a Malefic or like a Read the Runes here would be ideal. This hand's not bad, though. We can just like, assuming that they deal arcane damage to us this turn, we can like Polarity Drill into Reaping Blade or something. It seems like they're not going to go for that. Sense. Banish a Malefic. This unfortunately does not apply to just any card. You have to Runegate it. I guess we're just like IPing again here. You can also pitch or just send the Phantom Wraith for 4. It's like +1 damage. I feel like this is the deck where you also really want to be good at pitch stacking. I feel like I'm not fully there in my Flesh and Blood skill repertoire. Oh, okay. Got a pummel block, which is nice. They don't really have anything like amazing in graveyard just yet. I think I'm just sending the Phantom Wraith here. It feels awkward. But it is like +1 damage. So, I don't know. It's probably fine. Right, they are getting pretty low, but they do have decent setup with the Malefic. You also have to be a little bit concerned about their pummels. But I did see them block with one. I don't know if that means that they're more likely to have a pummel or less likely to have a pummel. And it would be really good if we didn't get pummeled. Right, cracking the Garland is suspicious. All right, for Envelop, okay, that makes sense. So they might be sending Actually, I don't know which of these they send here. You have a pretty decent turn next turn if we can just like keep most of this hand, but I'm kind of a little bit suspicious here. The fact that they're also cracking the Garland is really suspect. Because they do have like 2 other cards in hand, which means it's like... Well, actually, why would they crack the Garland? Does Vynnset run yellows? Because like if this card's a blue, they don't need the Garland, right? But if this card's a yellow, then they need to actually play the Garland. I think they... My guess here is that... My guess here is either they didn't need the Garland, this card is a yellow, or this is not Pummel. I think it's one of those 3 scenarios. But if it is Pummel, we don't die immediately. So I think we should just take this. This feels like it's not a Pummel, but I don't know fully what it is. Like, why is that card still left over in hand? Unless they wanted, like, IP with a really good card or something. Let's make sure to polarity this as well. Interesting. I feel like there's a world where they didn't need to crack Garland there if they just pitched their card. Okay, anyways. So we have the Deathly. We can Malefic. Read, go again. Send the Deathly. We can potentially even set Cliffs if we want to just like swing Reaping Blade on the back of it. Probably not terrible. But yeah, I feel like there is definitely like a Pummel chain that exists somewhere. I just don't know what it looks like. Like, it seems like it's pretty reasonable to include if you're running a lot of like the 2-cost Runegate cards. Like, I think we are. If we're running how many of these? We're running Spellblade, Deathly Whale, Phantom, Deathly. Seems reasonable. How many blood deck cards are we actually running in this deck? I need to double check. Oh, don't look at the win rate. Hide the win rate. All right, we're running like 12. I think that's like a reasonable. I've also seen like some lists that are running like up to 16. I don't know what the good ratio looks like. We now set Cliffs this and swing again, which might force a little bit more pressure. Might make them at least a little bit scared. Yeah, they do have the reduce here. I wonder if this is maybe a little bit greedy. Ooh, double reduce is kind of scary. We are going to make a rune chant when the chain closes, so I was kind of like, if they didn't have the reduce there, I think this like pressures, or this doesn't lethal. I think that double reduce actually got us pretty good there. Oh. So they're gonna at minimum be able to play the Phantom Banshee next turn, so they're threatening 8. Potentially 9 if they want another turn chance. So we're not dead next turn. I really like to see like a good chain vanish off the top. How many of our blood deck cards have we seen? I think we pitched 2 blues. Seen 1 Deathly. We've got some good threats left in the deck, and we drew this one. So I think we're fine just taking this. Yeah, I think we're fine just taking this. We also have the Bloodtorn Bodice in case we need anything. But this hand seems really good. They have a lot of our Go-Again enablers as well. So you can like chain Shrill, Rune Rager Swarm. Maybe put Mav on something. Alright, what do we hit? We hit a Bounding Demigod. Okay. Oh, what is the best way to sequence this? So we chain. Or no, we don't want to chain yet. Sorry. We want to Mav first, I think. Alright. Opponent declined the undo request, that's fine. Alright, let's go ahead and then just do... We put the Mav, I guess, on the Bounding. Maybe that actually ends up being a little bit better. See what they want to do here. Oh no. Oh no. Whoops. Whoops. Hold on a second. Technical difficulties. I meant to end the task on Discord because it was slowing something down. All right, hold on.
What happened?
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Oh, did you end task on Firefox?
Yeah, I end task on Firefox. Hold on.
Oops.
Oopsie. All right, let's go to this one. I think. Hold on. Let me find the one that's the lobby. It's this one. No. Hold on. No, we have to get back. No, I was gonna win the game. Oh, let's find it. Hold on. This one? I think. Oops. Oops. Alright, technical difficulties. Which of these? Hold on. Share lobby? Is it this one? No, hold on. I gotta find the lobby. Oopsie. Today. This lobby. Try this lobby. Oh, it didn't even let me join the lobby. Rip run. Hold on. What if I'm not logged in? Aw. Boo. Hold on. One last try. Where is it? I think we had that game too. Let's see. Oh, damn it. Ah, I just found it. But okay, they had a pummel. Also, why did they put it on us on this side? That's so funny. Arcane fussing? No. So I think. So let me look at their hand. They had a sigil of suffering. They block here. Okay, we win that game. That's fine. All right, technical difficulties. That's my bad. Okay, let's see if we can get on. All right, yeah, sorry about that. I was trying to look at the deck list that Tegan sent me, but Discord was acting up. So let me actually see if I can pull up that deck list. All right, I count that as an honorary W. All right, let me see. So Tegan sent me what? Oh, someone else pinged me. Hold on. Catching up on messages. Oh, apparently our Vynnset opponent from the game before spilled coffee on themselves. It's very funny. All right, cool. Let's check out Tegan's list. So what did Tegan change? So Tegan's running the Rift Binds, the Half from Beyond, and then like blue mauve, some other funky stuff. So it's pretty similar to my list.
I got rid of arcane cussing.
Okay, you got rid of the arcane. Oh, well, we can't play the non-arcane cussing deck.
I mean, you can't, right? But that's what I want to try.
All right. Well, what? Hold on. Let's not look at how many Rune Gate or Blood Deck cards. We're rank 16. Let's try Tegan's version.
Like Howl's in there because it's a thing that you can play from your banish zone.
Yeah, let's try it. All right, we're trying Tegan's version of the list, and let's see how this list does.
I haven't played it, so if it sucks,
that's too bad.
My fault.
All right, playing against Oldhim. I think the reduces are pretty decent. You can actually run like multiple reduce and try to like pitch stack. Oh, this is gonna be a nightmare. Okay, I can already tell. So we got the mobs just because like Oldhim's like pretty defensive. I think that's pretty reasonable. Maybe we're just trying to like set up like some kind of weird stack. A good start, at least.
I don't think you bring that many D-react.
I think it's fine because I think I just want to be like kind of defensive. At least is my logic.
I think you keep mobs and stack them.
Keep mobs and stack them.
Yeah. So that you can, you try and line it up so that you banish a bunch of blood debt and then draw the mobs, right?
Oh,
and then you use the mobs to go again.
Maybe. I was planning on like rune chant stacking as opposed to like stacking.
That works too, but like I think you pitch stack.
Okay. Maybe it's a little bit better. Alright, so we're pitching the Rift Binds, setting up Read the Runes, arsenaling the Envelop. Let's see how this goes. Actually, I've not practiced this particular matchup, so I'm sure this is going to be a nightmare. We actually could have sorted there first and then played Read the Runes after. Is that better? Oh, hold on. Actually, that might be better. Because we would lose one rune chant, but we'd get to Nebula Blade swing, which is pretty good. We did play a non-attack in the Rune Blood incantation. So they could Oldhim us actually here if they wanted to. Like, if we're only losing out on one rune chant, I think I'm fine sending a Nebula Blade here, because at least, like, keeps them off a little bit of pressure. Right, just pitching a Staunch is fine. Like, if this eats, like, a card from hand, I think I'm fine with that. If we hit, we basically net the same amount of runes. Alright, so the Earth React is fine. Let's now close chain, play out, read the runes, and just pass. This makes sense. Alright, dude. Selves. Make our runes. Okay, banishing the read the runes is a little bit painful. So let's now... how do we want to do this? We're not trying to play the value game. I think I'm just trying to play the chance stacking game. I'm like a little bit concerned about fatigue though. We could actually just play out this envelop for no value, like for just the one rune chant value, which I don't think is like too crazy. Like, I think I'm just doing this, pitching the bounding for later when we finally get the banish off. Then just Arsenal pass. Like, make them do something. I think this kind of makes sense. Alright, so I think here now we're just going to, like, double reduce. Good pummel. It's fine. I almost also wonder if we're supposed to be running Reaping Blade in this matchup. Maybe it's a little bit better if they're running, like, the Siren Skulls and stuff. Find a Rift Bind and the Bounding. I think I'm taking, like, one more turn off. I'm just hoping they don't find their pummel. Oh, whoops. Did I pass too much? Alright, so we chain. Read the rune. Now we have 10 set up. I feel like a little bit more confident. So now we can Arsenal the Phantom, I think. Now I think we're kind of in business. Seems like we maybe have enough to at least have like a mini pop-off here. And we also do have these Suck Clips to start playing some stuff out of Banish. This seems fine. But yeah, maybe the better strat here is to not run the D-Reacts. Alright, they're pitching some blocks, which is also pretty good. So they were going to take the full 7 here and just try to wail on them next turn. Fine. Let's see what we banish here. Alright, we're banishing all of our non-Rudengeek cards, which is a bit awkward. So we can actually put the Deathly Wail into banish if we want. And maybe that's worth it. You have to be a little bit careful about their Ice React if they want to strip a card out of our hand. Let's now Ebb and Fold. I think we're putting the Deathly in the bin. It's still a little bit awkward though because it's our blue. Oh, we drew a red one. Fortunate. Oh, what is the sequencing here? So I think we actually want to hold on to the Shrill. No, we want to hold on to this for the card. Now we chain Deathly. I don't have very high hopes for this, but it should be fine. Maybe the mobs are actually like pretty decent though, if we can like set them up. Because I know a lot of, at least my Guardian Brain will try to like overblock a lot of this like early damage, and then you can like follow up with like a mob, and a lot of times they won't have like leftover blocks. So it should hopefully be like a little bit annoying here, but I am very concerned still about the fatigue. Let's see how this goes though. Banishing the red and the yellow Read the Runes, I will say, is a little bit rough though. Basically out of Read the Runes at this point. You have some rune chant generators still left over, but still gonna be like a little bit suspect. We did get them down to 12 though, for what that's worth. But they do have like the Ice React here. Okay, they just have Earth React. That's actually perfect. So now we can Rune Rager. You Rune Rager, we can then Trill. Getting interesting. We can actually maybe even swing the Nebula Blade here. No, I don't think we have the resources for that, do we? Probably just want to play out like the Riftbind or something. Maybe even the Bounding. Whichever one of those is better. So I think here we Riftbind. How many non-attacks did we play this turn? I don't think we played any, did we? This is just 1 for 3. Oh yeah, it is 1 for 3 because we can't play the Bounding, right? Maybe it's just a bad hand. So let's go for the Riftbinds then. Give it go again off the Set Cliffs. And then swing Nebula Blade? I don't know if there's a better thing we could have done this turn. Oh, we can't play this because hold on, sorry. Oops, hold on. I forgot that I can't set cliffs because we didn't have a non-attack here. Okay, so in this case, we just send the Shrill, I think. Better. Sorry. I always forget that you have to play the non-attack to actually make that card work. Alright, so I did block out most of it here. Awkward. I feel like these Howl from Beyonds are a little sus. Okay, what do we get in Banished? So we have the Bounding, we have the Ripbind. I guess the Howl's like not terrible here, actually. So we can overpitch these two, then the Howl. These two are both now discounted, or we can now play both of these. We chain. Maybe we play the Riftbind first, and then we end on the Bounding. Still take a lot of damage here, though. Kind of awkward. I feel like I'm not sold on the Howls, but maybe we also didn't like banish it, so maybe it's like a little bit better if you like hidden banish. The nice part here is that they cannot Earth react, or they cannot Ice react us here. That's at least a thing we have going for us. The only issue is now we're at like 5 shackles and it's gonna get a bit awkward. Alright, so we Ripbind. Okay. I do like the art on a lot of these cards. I feel like the Shadow Runeblade stuff is pretty cool, especially like the stuff from Monarch. Alright, and then we can finish on the Bounding. Again, it's not incredibly exciting. Alright, just Clash of Might. Ooh, this is actually like Clash of Might's probably not a terrible card for Terra, is it? Actually, probably should try that at some point. Okay. We have Malefic, we have Runeblood. I guess we're just slamming both of those, right? And then, do we have another Riftbind? I think we played both of our Riftbinds, right? So, how do we get Rune? We can Spellblade Assault, give that go again. Okay, wait, there's something we can do here, I think. So we can play this, or... hold on, sorry. I was trying to play them both at the same time without, like... Alright, okay. So we do this, pitch the Riftbind, play the Malefic, then we Spellblade Assault off chain, giving go again, which sets up runes, which means we can play out Deathly Wail. So awkward. I guess it's like our best play though, right? We chain, play that out. We're gonna be taking a lot of blood debt too. Interesting. I feel like there's a lot of like variety in these chain lists where like there's a lot of like tweaking you can do, and especially in like certain matchups. And this almost feels like it's a little bit too much blood debt. We also like didn't hit a lot of our blood debt early, so maybe it was just at the bottom or something. But it felt like the Blood Debt all came kind of at the end, which is a little bit more awkward. We can now bodice if we want to. Is that even good though? I think we're just playing the Deathly Will. We got a 1 or 2 Blood Debt now. And I guess we just try to save for one last big turn. My hope is dwindling here, but I think we're kind of running out of stuff. And Titan's Fist does not threaten lethal, which is also kind of nice next turn. Flashbite's something I might have to try out in Terra. It's like a little inconsistent though, because Terra does run a lot of non-attacks that are kind of awkward. Alright, so banish the rest of our deck. Now what do we do? So you want to play the Howl from Beyond, probably. I think we just need to play as many things from Blood Debt as possible here. Oh boy. I'm overwhelmed by decisions. Alright, so we start with the Howl. Pitch this. And the Riftbind now gets discounted. How many rune chains do we have to actually make? So attacking with this makes another rune chain on the back, which means we can play out one of the Phantom Wraiths. Oh boy, it's gonna get awkward real quick. So let's start with the Riftbind, I guess. And I'm hoping here that they don't have the Ice React, because I think we just need as many resources in our hand as possible. I also think, for what it's worth, we probably should have been on the Reaping Blade, it felt like. I don't feel very strongly about that, though. I'm not 100%. I feel like watching Chain gameplay is like, I'm overwhelmed by decisions I don't know what to do. No Ice React? Okay, Earth React's fine-ish. Ooh, basically, interesting. Spicy cards from our Oldhim friend here. Alright, so we now close Chain. We then Bodice, Pop, Shackle, Runehold Release, Chain, play a Phantom. I don't think this gets there, though. Super awkward. Kind of curious to see what our Oldhim friend was cooking up here. This deck is fun, though. I still enjoy it. I guess we'll just finish on the Shrill, although it's still a little bit awkward. I think we're getting nearly going to die to Blood Debt, if not just the Hammer. Ooh, Yellow Staunch. Okay, we got a Yellow Staunch gamer. It's always interesting seeing like other people's Guardian decks, because there's a lot of cards that like I kind of like dismiss or whatever. But Yellow Staunch is a spicy one. Alright, so I think we are dead here. Unless there's something cute I can do. I mean, Soul Shackle... I mean, they could have like a pretty bad hand or something. We Soul Shackle... Phantom... And we're still gonna like die to Blood Debt pretty bad, right? I guess we need to like kill them now. I guess we'll do this to play around Ice React. I don't think there's a world where we actually live here. Narpnod, how is Chain feeling in Sage? I think he's okay. I think he's probably like... So if you look at like the win rate on February, I think that RuneGate Chain feels so cool. I think this particular list does. I think Tegan still needs to maybe cook a little bit with this one. I think... So it's interesting because Chain's like win rate is not incredibly high. At least when you look at like the February stats or whatever. So like I think that might be in part just because like there aren't a lot of really good refined chain lists. I think like he's actually kind of real. Like I think he's got like a 52% run rate on like the Fabry stats or whatever. I think that's a lot of it is just like kind of unrefined chain lists. I'm actually gonna go back to the other one just because it felt a little bit better. So let me actually grab this one. I grabbed this list. This is the one that I think I was cooking up. Let's see if I actually want to make any changes here. I kind of still like the arcane cussing, and we got to play it obviously for the memes as well, right? Is there anything else I would want to try out? What was Tegan cooking? What are some of the cards Tegan threw in? Let's see. This is Tegan's. I think it's like pretty similar. Like maybe we could try out like the blue mauve, but I think we're mostly on the same-ish set of cards. I think the Riptide is like the one like not running. Let's keep trying this list. I feel like pretty good about this list. We're doing pretty well with it. Let's try it. But yeah, RuneGate Chain is very interesting because like you are to some extent like doing like a worse inset thing. Or sorry, no, that's not what I wanted to say. RuneGate Chain is interesting because like the RuneGate cards are designed for Vynnset, but I think he does get a lot of equity just out of like playing like I think we saw in the LL right like that or playing against a Kano. Yeah, this is gonna be scary. Let's actually bring in our AB. Maybe just AB through this and then also run Reaping seems fine. Actually, Reaping's probably bad, right? We probably want like the Nebula Blade. Ooh, and Ebonfold. Let's just run AB3. Let's try like this, and then we'll also run the Rune Blown Incantations. But it does feel like Vynnset uses like the RuneGate cards a little bit better than Chain, but like Widespread especially is pretty good. Like Widespread and LL specifically is really good. I feel like Sage and Chain, there's kind of like a toss-up between Vynnset and Chain and Sage. I'm not entirely sure which one's better. It does feel like you just do get a lot of free card draw off Chain, so that makes it like a little bit more appealing. What is Kano's plan in Sage? I think normally this type of list is just trying to do like big spell stuff, and then they also typically run the D-React that like amps 2 functionally, so that they typically are trying to do like a back and forth game and then kill you on your turn. I don't think this deck is very good in Sage right now. It kind of feels like you do just get run over by a lot of the more aggressive decks, and then like you also can't really outmath like Guardians and stuff, which is kind of funny. Like Kano and CC like does quite well. Is Ragamuffins banned? I actually don't know if Ragamuffins. You can check. Rag. They might just not be run. Oh no, it might be banned in Sage. They spell Ragamuffin? It's Rag, right? Oh, is Ragamuffins actually banned in Sage? That would be kind of funny. Okay, how do we want to do this? So we start with the Malefic. And then we can chain read the runes. And then maybe just like Arsenal the cussing AB with the bounding or something like that. You also just play the bounding, go again, end on read the runes, Arsenal the cussing. I don't think that's bad. Also gets our first rune chant out of the Malefic, kind of out of the way. Yeah, I think Ragamuffins actually might be banned. I didn't actually know that. Maybe it makes sense. Alright, let's go ahead and close chain. So normally what Kano's trying to do is send like big Voltic bolts like for 6. Kind of just doing like the Burn Bear thing. But kind of less good because it's in Sage. And then typically they're on like some number of the D-React. I forget what the D-React is actually called. It'll come to we'll see it probably eventually. Oh, they had an E-Pod off the top, okay. That's scary. Funny thing about Arcane Cussing though is that if we are dealt damage on our turn, the arcane cussing will break. So they'll like pop it for us. Ooh, Red Emeritus also pretty. No combo in Kano makes you feel sad. Yeah, that's real. You're kind of doing like the Blaze thing basically, but you're not Blaze because I think they probably have to like reprint. They probably have to like reprint Blaze at common, don't they? Or like rare or whatever, so that she's legal. Maybe that's something that's coming up in the new set. Still pretty awkward here. Oh, you know, it's actually funny. We can arcane cussing to prevent them from attacking us or wanting to attack us. And now we chain. We want to arsenal this, ideally. And then we'll just save some back for AB, I guess. Weird turn. But the funny thing is, though, is that if they deal damage to us, the arcane cussing will still pop. At least that's, I think, how it's worded, right? When you deal or dealt damage, destroy this. When this leaves the arena during your turn, create the... Okay, so yeah, if they do deal arcane damage to us, this will pop. A way to get plays that isn't from promos would also be... Yeah, I think that's also a huge problem a lot of people have with plays. Oh, Chris, you're just now noticing the webcam. Yeah, this is Tegan's... Tegan gifted me like a green shirt, which I guess you can't see, but it blends in with the green screen. Kind of funny. Alright, send in a Voltic Bolt at us. Yeah, Fick goes hard, though. Alright, let's go ahead and pitch the envelope to AB, so the cussing will break. Let's see what they have as follow-up here. We do still have the ability to AB with the rune still, so it's not even that bad, really. Snapback is annoying. I think I'm just going to play it safe and not try to go for the extra rune there and just AB a little bit extra. I want a little bit of padding in case they have more. This isn't going too badly. We do need to... They did go first, which is like a little bit awkward. Don't love that. Oh, I'm just glad I could... Aurora cussing? Yeah. It's funny. Alright, let's go ahead and arsenal the mob here. Is Sutcliffe's hand on arcane... Oh, it is Sutcliffe's hand on arcane cussing jar, I believe. Oh, interesting. Did he like turn into like a demon or something? What is like the Sutcliffe lore? Let's see, Sutcliffe. I don't actually know. I guess there's not really a ton of like references to it. There's like, research notes. Interesting. I don't know. I'm not up to date on my Sutcliffe lore. Okay. What do I want to do here? Still not hitting anything off the top, which is awkward. I guess we can mob? I feel like if we mob, we like die though. Oh yeah, oh yeah, he's like the Viceroy card. Right. Yeah, we can look that up after. I feel like we're dead here. So how do we not die? We like read the runes. I want to like hold back for AB, but I think there's not a way to AB more than 2. I think we're just dead here because we didn't rip off the top. Yeah, this matchup seems hard. Let's try like this though, I guess. Oh, he's in Revel and Runeblood? Oh, is that guy? Hold on. Sut. Oh, it's this guy. Oh, he's like a head. Interesting. Cool. I'm also like a head, I guess. He turned Viceroy into the Arknight, and Nebula Blade is his family air balloon. Okay, interesting. I didn't know that. I'm not up to date on my Runeblade lore. Oh, we're like super dead here. Probably. Maybe 2. Take 1,000,000.
How many more games?
I'm probably gonna do like 2 or 3 more.
Okay.
We're having a good time.
Just finish dessert dinner.
I think we're nearly dead here. That's pretty cool though. I didn't know he like turned into like a weird ghoul. Oh wait, is Sutcliffe the guy that's in the jar, or is he the guy that's holding the jar? So, someone in chat, let me know. I feel like he kind of looks like the guy inside the jar, right? Because he's like ahead. Yeah, some Sutcliffe lore enthusiast, let me know. He is in the jar. Okay, sorry. I thought he was like the guy. I don't know who the guy holding the jar is. That guy seems pretty cool. Maybe through that, I guess. We just need them to brick off the top. It's easy. They just need to have their D react on top, and then we're good. Okay, so we beat the runes. I imagine they're probably just going to kill us in response here. Alright, D react on top. Chat, I'm going to need you to believe. They might not even be running the D react in this matchup. Who knows? Alright, give me like... this is an action, right? So they can't amp. Alright, we're dead. Chat didn't believe hard enough. That's fine. Oh, Revel and Runeblood is him turning Viscerai. Revel. He's turning this. Is this Lord Sutcliffe? Oh, and then Viscerai's in. Oh, he's like in the background. Oh, interesting. More you know. We're dead, by the way. I'm learning so much about lore. Yeah, this is like a lore dump. Interesting. I had no idea. If there's any more fab lore you want to hit me with, feel free. All right, let's do a couple more. I've been liking this list though. I think it's pretty good. All right, playing against a Riptide should be interesting. This feels like a matchup we could probably stack. I actually don't know what kind of Riptide they are. I don't think I've ever played against a Riptide in Sage. Florian like start? Yeah, that's good lore. That's about all I know. I'm not much of a lore person. Vegan's a lore person.
I'm not.
Yeah. Alright, let's scooch in. Let's get a little closer. Let's actually expand the head. There we go. Now huge. I'm running up against the side of the jar. Verdance doesn't like shoes? Yeah, true. Let's see. They're like a little edge there. I don't know why. It's like a little black thing right there. Alright, we'll figure it out. Okay, how do we want to start out? Let's do Chane Reaping Blade. We're not gonna give them the opportunity, I guess, like really play out a trap here, which is kind of good. And I guess we'll just IP with Shrills. I'm kind of fine with. Ooh, Red Widowmaker. Okay. Fascinating. I think Riptide might have been playing against like a Terror deck or something, given that deck card. I guess it kind of makes sense though. Like, it fits the Death Dealer curve a bit. Interesting. Good setup hand. My LGS, if you open the Burden's Feet puzzle piece, you get another Rosetta booster. It's funny. Is that like a store promotion? Hilarious. Alright, we got another Widowmaker. Oh, big Widowmaker. Okay. Well, let's double block this to reduce the damage a little bit here. Could actually just give the full hand here, like chain ass, and just like make them do it again. Don't really want to take a ton of damage this early. Let's maybe just block out. I think it seems fine enough. Something like that, yeah. Alright. Yeah, they're just giving out Rosetta at your LGS. R7 out of stock forever. I actually try to get Rosetta. I think our store is probably also out of stock. I have to check though. Oh, they're just passing? Interesting. Wait, do they have like a hand that's like all reacts or something? What the heck? Okay, so let's envelop. So we get the Deathly Will online. Play the Runeblood Incantation. We got a pretty good hand here. The chain, they're gonna like trap us to death, but it's still fine. So let's now send with the Deathly, which will make our rune chain on the back end as well. Malefic Incantation is at $4. Really? Interesting. I had no idea. Is this a rare? Hold on. Where's Malefic? I have Malefic banished somewhere. Is it Malefic a rare or is it common? It's a rare. Okay, that kind of makes sense though. I got one of those cold foil Malefics, I think, recently.
Those are $5,000, right?
They're $5,000. They're $5,000.
No, of course not. I just lied. I made up a number.
I was trying to sell it, but then you didn't want to.
Well, you sold it a little too well, and I was like, no, you don't. Come on.
I was trying to actually vouch for you. Okay, they're hitting us.
Like, don't fall for that.
Hitting us with the boulder trap, but I guess we don't really have any armor, anyways. It's fine. Yeah, chat. Did you hear that Malefic Incantation cold foil is $5,000? That's crazy. It's a bazillion
Everyone
dollars.
needs to play it.
So we can either send the Shrill here, or we can send the Rune Rager into. I think Rune Rager Reaping Blade is better, right? We're only saying. I guess it's 5 versus 6. Seems good enough. Oh, since we were dealt damage, we got a rune chant. Oh, I just now realized. Oh, Maiden's is a terrible matchup for Riptide. That's actually kind of crazy. We took an additional damage from the trap, which triggered the Deathly Will. That's hilarious. I was like, where did this extra rune chant come from? And I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Okay, that's really cool. Sick. A bazillion dollars, true. All right, so we got the Phantom Banshee, which we can play. Play Phantom. I don't even think we want to Arsenal Reduce at this point. Maybe the Reduce the Rune Chant's just kind of bad in this matchup. So we can Phantom. That's just Phantom, right? We chain, Phantom. Play out all the stuff. Let the opponent figure it out. I'm not going to figure it out. Given that they're like a more red line Riptide, it almost feels like they might not be able to like pay for a ton of the rune chants. Every match, yeah, that's kind of a good point. You even extend that probably to like every match in the game is pretty bad for Riptide. Riptide is he struggles.
Every match in the game for Riptide is a hilarious statement.
Yeah, I mean it's true. Oh, minus Warrior. Okay, yeah, he got some decent game in Warrior, unless they run like the Decimator, right? So I think we can do everything here, right? We Phantom or pitch that. Then we can like set cliffs. Can we set cliffs? Do we play a non-attack this turn? We didn't play a non-attack, that's fine. I don't think we did. Okay. Poor Green Boy, yeah. It's rough out there for Riptide mains. Ooh, this hand's nasty. Give me like four Runegate cards off the top. Alright, chat, what's our bet of this Riptide getting absolutely destroyed next turn? I feel like it's pretty high. We're just going to take the inertia too. I don't think it matters at this point. Poor Green Boy. Alright, we got 4 pits. Okay, we did not hit a Rune Gate card, which is a little bit awkward. Oh, we have the Ebb and Flow to fix that, though. Okay, so we're in good shape. So we can... Oh, we actually destroy the Inertia, which is kind of hilarious. Sure, let's do that. That's funny. Break the Inertia, gain a resource, and then Ebb and Fold, put the Deathly Whale into Soul, or into banish or whatever. You know what I mean. And then we can envelope. Probably want to end up pitching this, right? In fact, okay. I say this as envelope as a meme because I know it triggers people, and then I said it myself. I like not as a joke.
It bothers me.
It bothers Tegan. It bothers Tegan.
That's just not what the word.
Yeah, it's envelop in darkness. I know it's envelop in darkness, but I'm saying envelope because it makes Tegan upset.
What a wonderful relation.
I think we have a wonderful relationship.
I think so too.
I think so too.
I think so.
Okay. Let's chain. Read the room. I think we're figuring it. We need to suck cliffs this. Okay, they die. Okay, cool. We didn't need to think about that. Alright. Oh, the Riptide wants a rematch? You do not want a rematch. Oh, this is not going to be good.
You do not want to be.
I guess we're running to reduce it. I don't know if the Riptide wants a rematch. I don't think it's a salty run back. They probably just want to see what's up. Maybe they just want to try something different. Oh no, not off to a good start. So we can chain. We can chain pitch to Reaping Blade, give go again. Arsenal the Mob and just play out Arcane. The Arcane Cussing's probably just gonna die, right? Maybe we actually. Maybe Arsenal the Cussing? This is fine. I think it's okay if they want to deal 1 damage to us here. Then we just get a card out of their hand. Now we play out the Rune Blood. We could also just get the Arcane Cussing out of our hand, which I don't think is unreasonable. Oh shit, we should have let off on the Cussing. Because I forgot about the stupid trap thing. Oh, that was the play. We lead off on the Cussing so that they don't want to trap us. Crap, okay. No, that's fine. We save it for next turn then. Oh, that was told. If you are dealt damage during your turn and this leaves the arena during your turn, create the Rune chance.
Oh, interesting.
Well, that's not what it says, but I'm paraphrasing that. So if they deal damage to us on our turn, this leaves the arena and then makes 3 Rune chance. Alright, coming in for 8. I think we're just going to block this out and play the Malefic. Seems good. Keep taking some setup turns here. Alright, another Rune Blood incantation banish stuff. That's not even that bad. I feel like Rune Blood has diminishing returns a lot of the time. And see what they got next. It could just be on like a trap heavy hand. Alright, just coming in with the Widowmaker, I think is fine. I feel like the other cards in hand probably are traps. Okay, how do we want to do this? So I think we Bloodtorn Bodice, break a shackle. Or we actually break the no, but breaking the Cussing is awkward. So I'm trying to figure out how we ebb and fold this in. Oh, equip block. You're so right. Hold on. Sorry. Oh, you're absolutely right. I forgot that you can even do this against Widowmaker. I played this card and then I still forget this. Okay, so you can yeah. What do they want to do? All right, they want to pitch something else. Thank you for reminding me that we can do that. Sorry, I am not used to seeing yellow Widowmaker, and that's what threw me off. I'm used to seeing the blue one. Funny. All right, hit it bounding off the top. So now we Bloodtorn, break, shackle, ebb and fold, put the Deathly Wail in the bin. We're looking for a resource card. We did not hit. That's fine. So now we can develop, pitch this. Arcane Cussing, pitch this. Chain, and Deathly. I think this is the move. Widowmaker is so bad against anything other than allies. Yeah, it's true. Like I played Widow. I tried playing Widowmaker. I think really early on in CC Marlin. And the card's just like bad. Like the stats on it are like terrible.
You made a video on it.
Yeah, we did make a video on it. I think I was playing the blue one in the video. But anyways, red Widowmaker is like especially bad. It's because like it's not a blue. But yeah, that card is just rough. Like it's sometimes okay if you can run your opponent out of armor, but like the problem is Storm Striders exist in the meta, and then like if people are blocking with Storm Striders, it's pretty bad. You just get like a free block and then you block with like a card from hand. It's pretty rough. Our opponent's typing. Oh, okay. That's fine. You. How many rune chances? Or I think it's 3. It's 3 rune chance, right? Yeah, it doesn't show the 1 rune chant that it's on, like the 1 rune chant that's resolving. I think. I think our opponent might not. So I think it does. I think it's showing 2, but it's supposed to be 3 because they're already at the step where they arcane barrier, right? So the rune chant has already resolved. So yeah, it's 3. Because they already moved to arcane barrier, so the rune chant is like resolved basically. All right, pitfall trap. I don't think we care about this. Just take a little bit more. We want to send the rune ranger, I think, over playing that. So let's now send. Yeah, send the rune ranger. Yeah, I feel like people. The best part about Widowmaker is just that people don't read Widowmaker. Ooh, hamstring shot. Kind of annoying. First attack during their turn costs 1 play. Surprisingly good when you don't have any cards in hand. Could just take a setup turn here. Not opposed to that. What if we just like blocked here, played the Malefic? That's reasonable. We would give them a little bit of tempo here, but that's probably fine. And the Riptide, what are they going to do with tempo, right? I did a Deathly. Maybe that's actually worth playing now. Kind of. Not thrilled with it. We probably actually just want to Arsenal pass, right? We'll take 1. What's the likelihood that a Riptide can deal 12 damage? Pretty low, right? Yeah, if they have auto pass on, I think it skips the first one. Yeah, that makes sense. At least that's how I remember it working. Alright. Alright, mess me up, Riptide. What you got? So they do have the Death Dealer, so we don't really need to block this out. I think I'm going to try to block out a more important area. We'll let this go, I think. We do need to stay relatively healthy here, so we might need to end up blocking with the Deathly Whale. I think I'll just take a setup turn and then try to like envelop the Deathly Whale and send some damage. Something like that. Okay, so this is what we're waiting for. We're waiting for the lace here. Okay, what are they doing? Not loading? Loading. Alright, coming for 8. Awkward. So we do need to kill them next turn. We could try to kill them before the Blood Rots resolve. Is that an option? We do here. The Rune Blood goes away. These 2 trigger. Could also just go to 1 card in hand and block it out fully. Might actually need the extra resources here, right? Because we can just Deathly Whale. But we can even potentially play out like Rune Gate on the back end as well. So I don't actually think we need the extra blue. I think we're just going to send block 10 here. I think this works. Right, so we hit nothing off the top, that's fine. Do we want to play the envelop, actually? Yeah, probably. Probably just want to push damage here, right? Let's chain. Definitely, they could still get us here. We are playing around Pitfall, at least, because I think we're going to have one floating. I think this makes sense. Still a little bit awkward, though. We are, like, triggering basically all their traps at this point. Could be better, could be worse. They need something, like, very specific to end up killing us here. I don't think Boulder Trap's going to do it. So they go to 1. I think they just die? Because the Blade Beckoner doesn't help here. Oh, it does help because we have the Frailty. Oh, okay. They're still in it. Alright, we got Soul Reaping though. Oh, what's the chance they draw into 4 traps? What are we doing here? I feel like we can go to 4, or we can go to 4, right? It's got to be safe. There's no way they can trigger 4 traps during our next turn. I actually don't even think that's possible, right? Because they need to pay for AB. Those are some awkward banishes. They're almost fatigued for what it's worth. So, how do we do this? Start with Chain Phantom Wraith. Chain Phantom Wraith. They have. I don't think they can kill us, right? Because they have to AB. Okay, this is good. I think we win here. So now we Soul Reaping. Give it go again off the Sutcliffe. Or no, we haven't Sutcliffes yet. Alright, it doesn't matter. But it's still fine. So we had to. Is there a better play there? Maybe you're supposed to play the Envelop or something. Alright, hit him with the GGs. Alright, let's do one last one. I think I got one more in me. The deck is fun though. Like how are we actually doing on our results? Ignore the results from last night. I think those were a little bit rougher. Let's see how I was actually doing today. So, alright, the Riptide games don't count. That's fine. So we lost. Okay, we won the Vynnset game. Okay, hold on. We gotta mark this as a win. Actually, a win, by the way. So we won that one. And then I think we lost. Oh no, I think that was the Terror practice I was doing last night. Okay, so we won basically all of our games except the Kano game. That's pretty good. Alright, let's do one last one. The deck is fun though. If you have not given it a try, feel free to do so yourself. I'm actually gonna try to grab it and post it in the chat here. Alright, we can't bully the same Riptide again. I think that's not worth it. But yeah, let me go ahead and post this in the chat here. Oh, did I close the chat? 1 second. Let me open the stream. See if I can find a game though. Alright, go to go live. Streaming that, go here. Deck is very fun though. It does feel like you're making a lot of decisions and you're kind of doing something unfair, which I think are the 2 hallmarks of a good deck, right? Playing against Aurora. Alright, definitely gonna go first. This matchup seems rough, but I guess this is what all the D-Reacts are for, probably. Clarity is also interesting. Maybe cut. No, the mobs are pretty likely to hit, right? Probably cutting in this matchup. Maybe it still is the mobs. Aurora Mirror, yeah, for sure. Maybe we're cutting the polarity, actually. Fuck myself out. Maybe we're cutting the polarity in mob and see how that goes. Let's try something like this. I think that's probably. Sorry. All right, let's see what we got here. So, Malefic to start out. Malefic. Oh, I gotta change this. Hold on. I cannot play. There we go. I think that fixed it. Chane now. Oh, we set 3 rune chance up for next turn. Seems pretty good. I think this is like one of the more concerning matchups though. Like the more aggressive decks feel like they're a bit rougher. Like Azalea feels pretty rough. Briar. Just anything that's like a little bit faster. You have a pretty good setup here though. I feel like going first with this deck just feels very, very important. Alright, we're going to be eating a lot of damage here. I wonder if we actually want probably like the Blade Beckoner Suite in the matchup just for like a little bit of extra blocking value. Probably not bad. Alright, let's see what they got. Big turn. And for 6. I mean, we can block 6. I feel like more likely than not, we're gonna end up taking this damage at some point this turn. I guess we should think about like what the best play is in the long run. At least it's pretty likely. Because they can just swing Starfall here at the end, right? At minimum. We're still just blocking 6 here. Lean towards a little bit more into the blocking just because I think that we want to just have some setup here. But more likely than not, it's either going to be like some lightning card or Starfall. Okay, so we can't block this, that's fine. So we're going to take 8 here and play Malefic on our turn. Pass. Might just do nothing and die, but it's still probably okay here. Could actually also ebb and fold here if we really wanted to. It'd save us a bit of life. It's tempting. Maybe that's actually kind of worth it. Feels wrong, but having block 2 like might buy us an extra turn. Like I don't actually know if the Evan's gonna do anything. Hey Capamillo, how's it going? Night's going pretty good. I think we're basically undefeated except for a Kano game. That's pretty cool. We managed to read the runes, that's fine. Full epic chain pass. Probably gonna die to this Aurora, but like I think this matchup is like pretty bad for Chane. Oh, love the camera work. Thank you. Keegan got me a green green like t-shirt, like a long sleeve t-shirt. So I guess that's what we're doing now. Funny. Funny bit at least. Alright, so we have lightning.
It's permanent.
Yeah, it's permanent. This is the new stream. I hope you like it. I think I'm just gonna try to take as much damage here as possible. I think we're just gonna rip it next turn. We also didn't find any of our D-Reacts, which kind of sucks. I feel like D-React would be pretty good. I put a lot of effort in the camera work, so you better enjoy it. I put a decent amount. I like fiddled with it for like
I mean a decent amount, but not a lot of them.
A decent amount.
I'm gonna heat it.
I think we're gonna play around Lightning Press here. Is this playing around Oh, it's not even playing around Lightning Press. I don't know. Oh, they have the snatch anyways. Boo. Alright, we might be cooked here. Yeah, bro is cooked. I think this is maybe a matchup where you just want some extra armor. That's probably on me. I think my sideboard's probably still a little bit off. Yeah, but we're gonna probably just get run over here. I guess we hit off the top, so it's not bad. We can Phantom Wraith plus stuff. I guess we're not doing completely nothing, but it feels pretty close to nothing. Let's see what they got here. Oh, yeah, Sigil, the one turn we attack? No. Oh, that's so bad. Okay. I guess we send the replay now. Feels bad. We got, like, kind of close, but not really. I found one of our reacts, but a little... We actually probably should have maybe Runehold released at some point. Matchup's hard. It's hard and it's bad, I think. At least the Scar's not. So how do we do this? We can... I mean, I don't think we go to 1 because then Burn Up Shock or Sigil kills us. So I guess we just gotta YOLO off the top right and just hope it's good enough. Don't like my odds. But we'll see how it goes. Alright, hit Deathly Wail, which kills Electric does not trigger off of Sword, right? Alright, I think we're dead. But yeah, I think we're done. No way to try to justify it. They could brick horribly here. Maybe that gets us back in the game. Let's block with the Deathly here. I know. Oh, because it's a yellow reduce. Crap. Do this. So I imagine they have press here or something. Oh, no press. Okay. Fortunate. Yep, that'll do it. They might still even just have a press here. That would be funny. Yep, they do. Hilarious. Yeah, this matchup seems rough. Like that easily like the kind of decks I feel like you actually kind of struggle into, or like the decks that can just go a little bit faster than you can. I think that we did have like an answer to it. Like we did have a ton of reacts still in the deck, but still, even then, if we just like don't draw the reacts, it seems like a little bit rougher. All right, I think let's do. All right, let's do one last one and see how that goes. Ganon no loss. I still think the deck's pretty good though. I think we just need to work on the sideboard a little bit. Ooh, Plenty's get the gravy. Definitely want to go first. And we'll bring in like the reduces. I think the Rune Blood Incantation is also not bad, but let's bring in the reduce just so we can do like a little bit of value. It seems fine. We also haven't played a ton with Dichotomy tonight, which I think you can actually just like main deck this over Evanfold if you wanted to. Yeah, basically undefeated except Kano and Aurora is pretty nice. I think those are two pretty bad matchups. This is a good starting hand. So we can Reaping Blade, Rune Rager, end on Read the Runes. Like the power of this deck is just very, very high. I think it's more so the refinement is not fully here just because I don't play this deck a lot. It feels like I'm maybe playing some suboptimal choices here and there, but it still feels like I'm still getting wins anyways. And I won Worlds basically, but I couldn't go. Oh, so yeah, is that the same thing as I won undefeated except for Kano and Aurora? True. Basically the same thing, right? I mean, like, I think this deck is like, I still like some people are believers in this deck. I think it's still a little suspect, in my opinion. Like, I think it's a fun deck. I'll say that for sure. Whether or not it's like best deck in Sage, I think I personally don't see it. Like I've seen a couple different variants of Chane, and I'm not convinced. I think it's like it's very close to being really good. I just don't think it's like all the way there. Maybe they can give Chane some more expansion slots. I bet people would love that, right? That'd be kind of funny. All right, we're doing like some pretty powerful stuff though. Like it feels like we're close to doing some unfair stuff, but not like fully all the way there. Alright, let's see what our opponent's got here. I feel like Gravy is one of those decks that's like really bad in Sage, by the way. I think this deck is like kind of just not good. Starting to hoist him up. Forgot this card existed, if I'm being honest. I don't know. I don't really see the appeal of Gravy. It feels like you're just not doing the powerful things you're doing in CC. Like you don't have Hook, you don't have Conqueror, you don't have... you do have like the on-hit discard one, don't you? Because I think that one is a rare. Like other than that, it's like not incredibly impressive. I'm still unsure how I feel about Sage being a premier format. That's fair. I kind of like that they're making a format that's a little bit cheaper, but how well they balance the format is going to be like a very deterministic factor on how like successful it is. So that's like my primary concern. It would suck to travel to a big event and then lose in 5 minutes. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it would suck to travel to an event and you don't lose in 5 minutes. Like, if you lose in 5 minutes versus like 50 minutes, right? It's like kind of the same thing. Like, I hope that they have Sage games that don't just last like 5 minutes. But that's like very dependent on like how the format's balanced, I feel like. Seasonal hero bans voted by the players is still a bit wacky to me. It could be really cool though. Oh, but when Chane pops off, you're dead though. That's true. Well, yeah, when Chane is like popping, he's popping. All right, what are we doing here? I think we're just shrilling, right? We shrill. Like play a Malefic. Is Malefic, if this hits crit, we actually kill Scuba. If we want to shrill that, but that's awkward. Why do I like not like any of our plays here? What's the best, like, what is the least bad play? I think it's like play Malefic, Arsenal the Mauve, and then Shrill Face. I think I'm just ignoring the Scuba. At least feels like the best plan. Ignore Scuba. Okay, I guess we're also not using the chain in this turn. So it doesn't really matter that I chain first. That's fine. Go ahead and just attack them. Shrill is kind of a messed up card. Basically just 2 for 7. Kind of go again. That's probably going to be the last one for tonight, though. Did I already post the deck list in chat? Let me see if I can grab it. If I didn't, let me go ahead and post it. I think the deck is like pretty good, though. I don't actually know how good Mauve is in this deck. Feels like it's okay as like a 1-0, but like I'm not crazy about like the double red Mauves. Ooh, double polarity is kind of rough. I like fine though. Kind of funny. At least they're both out of the way. For what that's worth. Alright, getting another Scuba in the bin. Like, fine. Fine. Just kill him. Might be trying to, like, fatigue us. So let's see if we can set up, like, a pretty big turn here. And we have the Mob, which is, like, the first step, right? Just the other cards we basically need to get as well. So it might be trying to play out, like, another Scuba here. If they whiff on this, then they have to crack their bounty, right? Curious to see if they're gonna crack the bounty to just swing a Scuba. Not really a good target for them yet, though. 4 damage. Means we can just reduce this pretty easily. You have to worry about the Avasties at some point, but the Avasti, I think they pitched one pretty recently. Alright, what are we doing here? We can ebb and fold. Kind of awkward. Ebb and fold, pitch the Demigod. I want to just put this into Soul, or into a Soul, banish, whatever, same thing. And we can Chane, Keeping Blade them, play Read the Runes on the back. Seems okay. We're still like kind of setting the same amount of rune chance up. And we're still saving a Malefic charge, which I think is also decent. Alright, so now we can read. We have the Deathly Whale set up for next turn. Spellblade Assault also might be decent. We got some stuff going on. Alright, no yellow to discard a tipple. They can turn over my yellow Read the Runes. But other than that, not very exciting scuba action going on. Alright, what's our gravy opponent doing here? Oh, they got loot to hold, okay. That's kind of annoying. What does that mean we do? We probably just like read the runes and just like block here, here, pass or something? Oh, do they undo after the draw? Wait, what do they even draw? Do they draw a card? Wait, when do they draw? Oh, they draw off the tipple. Do they know what the top card was? A little sketchy, a little sketchy. I think they tap. When do they tap this? Interesting. I don't know. Give our opponent the benefit of the doubt there. So we can chain 2 targets. I think I'm just gonna try to blow them up. I think we're even just like IPing with the Spellblade Assault here. A little sketchy, but we'll just give them the benefit there. We'll see. All right, so we set up our runes. We're gonna take 2 blood. I have a hard time imagining that Silver Age Gravy is gonna be able to deal 15 damage, but anything can happen, I guess. I think we're just about ready to pop, though. We have basically as much go again as we want here. Now they tipple. I assume they probably have an ally here now. Ooh, Barnacle's a pretty good one, at least in Sage, right? Rigor is a better one, though. Yeah, I feel like the big issue with Gravy and Sage is just like, it feels like you don't really have a ton of ways to really go wide. Is Tip the Barkeep? Tip the Barkeep's a Majestic, right? Yep. Tip the Barkeep, where's that one? Yeah, this one's a Majestic. Like, I feel like you lose a lot of your access to, like, rum, action points, other stuff. You run Back Alley, though, for what it's worth. That might not be terrible. But it just kind of feels like you're very slow, and you don't really have like a way to like push multiple ally swings outside of Vasti. I feel like it feels like a Vasti is like kind of like your only real super good way to go wide. You do have like time snaps if you want to like set those up, but those are also like super awkward. I don't know, not much of a Gravy believer. Okay, they do have the Avasti though. I was saying, but like even then, this still doesn't kill us. I don't think. I don't think this kills us. They were just going to try to blow them up all in one turn. Lots of yellows there. Holy crap. Maybe they're an all-yellow Gravy. That'd be funny. Okay. Scuba. We could actually just block here if we wanted to save a little bit of life. It might not be unreasonable to block with the Bounding. Going at 2 is like a little sketchy. let's block with the bounding. I don't think we need the resources, right? I might end up punting if I need the resources here. I don't think we do, though. I think we're going all at face. Seeing how that's going to work out for us. Alright, hopefully we can get like one more blood deck card. We'll see. So we hit left pick. Alright, we hit another bantamweight. That's good. So how do we want to start this off? So I want them to block early. So we start. We need to use Chain on to read the runes is the issue. Maybe we do actually need to start with the Mauve. We start with the Mauve. And what are we sending him? Probably the Deathly Wheel still, right? Okay, just putting a Limpet. And now we Deathly. This has Go again. So Read the Runes gets the Go again. Or we could also just like save the Read the Runes. If we want to give the Spellblade Assault. That Spellblade Assault Go again actually might be better, right? Alright, they're gonna be taking some damage here though. Oh, this is a ooh, that's rough. Ouch. So now we can chain. Right, I guess we can close the chain. We can end on a Spellblade Assault. Maybe that's better. Chain, play this out. Interesting. Kill them here, but we get them most of the way there. So now we Spellblade Assault. And we played a non-attack, so we can actually suck cliffs now if we want to. So I think we get them here. Interesting. Because now we can crack the bodice as well. Crack the bodice, get rid of Shackle. Swing? It's gotta be lethal, right? I think we got him. Yeah, his deck still seems pretty real. I don't know. Pretty good Sage deck. I don't know. I think they were just doing like the 6 tipple thing. And maybe that's why we saw the yellow tipples in pitch. Maybe they just had some awkward hands. Right, let's see what they got. I don't think they live this. I don't think there's any card they can have. They can. Not even like Arcane Polarity would do it right. Opponent might have ended up leaving. That's okay. We'll wait it out. How's everyone in chat doing? That's probably gonna be the last game for tonight. So hope you all enjoyed the Arcane Bussin cosplay. It's like medium effort, right? We got like the green screen shirt. I have other fun plans for this, so feel pretty good. Oh, I'm glad Capamello. All right, I think our opponent has maybe gotten a little bit got there. All right, but yeah, that was pretty good one. I'll go ahead and post the. Oh, did they? Oh, okay, whatever. It's weird that it's still like showing the replay in the rune chant here. But anyways, I think this deck is like pretty solid. I don't think it's refined as I would like it to be. Like, I think there's definitely some room for experimentation here. I've seen some very like different chain lists, so I'm very curious to see if chain is going to make that big of a splash on silver. I think the power level is there though. Like, I think it's very, very close to like chain being like one of the better decks in the format. The only issue is you just get run over by aggro decks, and like that's your main struggle, I think. But chain can beat a lot of the better decks in the format. I will say that. So I think there is something real here. It's just I don't think this list is as refined as I would want it to be. So I think it's a decent starting point. Like, we can win games with it, and that's pretty good. I've seen Deadwood in chain decks. Oh, what's Deadwood? Here, hold on. Let me see Deadwood. What is that card? Oh, Splintering Deadwood or Splintering Deadwood. When the stacks are hits, you may destroy an aura you control. If you do, create a rune chant token. Oh, that could be interesting. So you like destroy your own shackles with it. I wasn't running it on this variant list. I think I've seen this around somewhere, right? So like maybe this card's pretty decent because it's like a 3 for 8, which is pretty okay. Like 3 for 8 they can give Go again to or whatever. I was running in this list. I think it's might be able to like find room for this. I don't know. This is probably a card I'd have to experiment with a little bit more. Not like 100% sure. The stat line seems pretty okay though, right? Yeah, Destroy Shackles seems pretty good. Yeah, there's definitely still some room for improvement in this deck. Like, I have not played a ton of Silver Age Chain. I think it's like it's pretty playable though in terms of like Sage decks, right? It's not like completely as bad as a lot of people think it is. I think the biggest struggle is just like aggro. But yeah, I think the deck's still really cool. I'll probably play a little bit in my spare time and just kind of test it out and see how it goes. But I think this deck is like pretty real. I think like the Talishar win rate you can't really pay attention to because I don't think we've seen like refined chain lists. I think the refined chain lists might end up being like pretty good as well. But yeah, thank you all for stopping by. Hope you all enjoyed the Arcane Bussin cosplay. And yeah, I'll probably see y'all next week. I'm probably gonna drop off and go eat some dinner now. It's a little bit late for me. Yeah, but I'll see y'all around. I think on Monday we're gonna try to do some Marlin games because I think that's been a request in chat. So hope to see y'all for some Marlin games on Monday. But yeah, see y'all next week.